welcome back to another video. I am excited to share with you some of my favorite mods that I use all the time when I'm playing The Sims or building. But this isn't focused for building or for gameplay, it's kind of just general mods that I always have installed that are very important and very fun. So if you want to learn about that, let me share with you my list of mods I can't really live without. I would love to do more of these types of videos for like building or for like cast specific or other stuff, but this is going to be kind of a well-rounded list. So we're going to be talking about like some easy cheat mods, MC Command Center, terrain replacement, HD map updates, and then some like ceiling texture replacements and also loading screens. So this is kind of like general Sims modded stuff. Let's hop into showing you what I got to share. Okay, I have all the things I'm gonna share with you here. The first one, as you can tell, is UI Cheats Extension by Weirbasu. I don't know if that's how you say it. Very good mod, very useful for gameplay specifically, mainly, and it's just something I always have on that is very helpful when you want it, but you don't have to like use it all the time, but it's good to have when you're trying to do certain things. So basically, this mod lets you use various cheats by just clicking on the UI instead of having to type a command, like going Shift-Control-C, type it in. You don't have to do that. You just click where you want something to happen. Let me show you in the game. Oh, also the loading screen here is one of the things I'm gonna show you, which I love it. I love the loading screens being different. And this one's really pretty. Okay, so here we are in our high school, and this is high school version of me, I guess. And I just want to show you in the game how this works. Okay, so here in your needs panel, you are going to click on any of these at any level, and it'll go to that level and like up the need without you having to type anything. It is cheaty, but if you're trying to do something specific and you want to fix your Sims moods, it's the easiest way to do it. And then you can also set relationship values for Sims. I mainly just use the need one, especially when I'm like recording videos and stuff, and I don't want to deal with having them go to a bathroom while I'm trying to show off something. But you can change, you know, friendship and romance for everyone. And then even here, if you want to like up your level, just right click on the need and then say, oh, I want her to be a level 6 actor now so we can get the job that we want. So obviously this will, you know, make things a bit too easy, so like be careful with it. And you can use it on so many different things. If you just click on random things, you will be able to change them. Oh, and I think if you right click on the goals here for your aspiration, it just fills it up. So that's also a good way to progress. Okay, that's loud. Calm down, it's not that exciting. If you want to like see more of a career or something or get a better job, you can set your performance. Let's set it to 100. Oh, she's an excellent student. Yep, that was me. Totally. And I would say I'm more like 80, but still pretty good. Okay, yeah, I'd say a little bit above average. For me in high school, I was a little above average, but not like an A student, but not like a C student. I was a B student on average, I'd say. So that's kind of how that works. Really simple, but it has a lot of depth to it if you want to use it. Also, if you right-click on the moodlets, it gets rid of them. So you can do that really easily too if you have one that's like really annoying or whatever. And as you can see, there's pretty much all the things that you can click on if you want to do something. Click around on the UI, you'll be able to use this mod really easily. One warning, if you play Legacy Edition, download a different version and make sure your mod is always up to date. I'm not going to show you how to install all these mods. I'm just doing like a brief overview of each one and you can just download it here. All right, and the next one I want to tell you about is MC Command Center, which probably most people know of already. It's been around forever. They update it for every patch. They're very good at keeping it good and current. Right here at the top, you'll see Command Center 4.2. This is working with everything in the game right now, all the way up through high school years. And what this mod does is to expand the functionality and story progression in The Sims 4. It's inspired by a master controller mod for The Sims 3, but there's basically a bunch of stuff you can do and update and tweak the settings for, I'd say. It's not as much like, oh, I'm gonna cheat a need or cheat a feature or a relationship. It's more just like cleaning things up, controlling the progression, giving the player more control, changing how people look. There's all this stuff that comes with it. you need to have this first one before you can download the rest of these. So if you want any of these modules, download the Command Center one first, okay? And so it's just really cool mod. There's just a lot that you can do with it. How to access it, if you click on a sim, go to MC Command Center. You can get the main interface for it, and it tells you a lot about the sim that you clicked on, where their home is. You can go straight to modify them in CAS. You can do all these different things with commands, but you shouldn't have to do that really as much anymore unless like you want to kill people. I think that would be harder with UI cheats. But there is a lot of stuff you can do in here. Teleport, maintain them. You can change CAS traits, stuff that you normally wouldn't be able to change later on. There are sim-specific cheats like increasing the funds. All this stuff can be done with the UI cheats. A great thing is also like if you want to move your inventory, you can sell your inventory, you can define new clothing, randomize, you can be like, hey, I don't like this townie wearing this thing. Then you can be like, all right, let's randomize a different outfit for them or something, right? There is a pregnancy section where you can basically make someone pregnant immediately, which is great, I guess. If you want kids, that's fine. And then relationship, add all that, make everyone happy, make everyone angry at each other, all that jazz. And that's pretty much MC Command Center for you in general. If you want to dive into it more, I'll leave a link in the description below for all this stuff. Next, we are going to talk about Twisted Mexi. I use his stuff in like every build I do, but we're not going to talk about build stuff. I will do a video on that later, and probably on my build channel, Sim Anna Builds, and go follow that somewhere, linked somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to put it. He has great stuff, really great mods. Highly recommend checking out his website just in general for all the neat things that he has available. But we're going to talk about, because we're kind of talking about cheats and like ease of use with The Sims 4, better exceptions. So this will track issues in your game or mods that are broken. Okay, so when you load up a game, you will see this pop up. Open this menu, run patch compatibility scanner if you want to. You don't need to run this, but this will make it so you can check your stuff on patch day. And it will open up a window in your browser showing you what is broken and what things you might want to update. Some of this stuff is stuff that isn't going to cause too many problems, but it is stuff that you might want to look at updating if you are having any major bugs. Like I have some stuff on here where I'm like, it still works. They say it's not good, but I still keep it because they haven't updated it, and that's fine. But if you're having any issues with things not loading or whatever, this is a good way to check quickly and easily without having to do a bunch of digging and deleting and stuff like that. Then you can go in there and delete your file that you don't want. And that's pretty much it for that one. It's very simple, but it's just good to have, especially if you have a lot of mods and you want to make sure they're updated, and there's tends to be a lot of patches in The Sims. So next is one that is actually a universal thing for games and other software called Reshade. So Reshade is a really cool program that basically adjusts the color and look of whatever you're playing. And you're able to like create your own filters and download other people's filters, and kind of like they're like filters for your game. So you can add like all this crazy stuff like depth of field, film grain, make it more saturated, color correction, all this stuff, and it just makes the game look better. Especially if you're making videos or taking screenshots. Highly recommend adding Reshade. And to do that, you want to download it, follow the process, and then the next thing you're going to want to do is get a preset. And a lot of people have made them for The Sims 4, like really good presets that work in The Sims that look really good for different circumstances. So I have this list here I'll share with you in the description below, and they kind of tell you how to install it. So follow their information and then scroll to the bottom, and there's tons of presets. Well, like 20. I've downloaded like half of these. And you just see the huge difference here. Like, this is normally The Sims, and this is with the preset on. Like, it just makes everything pop. And you can make it feel more real and more, like, alive. I love this one, too. This one's really nice. Eris is good. I like to download a bunch of them and then just, like, try them in the game and cycle through them and see which ones I like best. Because sometimes it can make the menus look a little weird. When you're in the game with Reshade, you'll hit the home key and then you will see all this stuff pop up. Don't really have to worry about it. If you've installed everything correctly, all your Reshade presets should be here. So this is the one that was on the list. We're gonna select it, and then you're gonna see the difference when I hit the button that toggles it on and off. Ready? You can't really see it because this is open, but hold on. This is on, this is off. This is on, this is off. So it's like very subtle. That one's a really good one if you don't want to change it too much, but if you still want it to look a little bit better. This one's good, but it's a little bit bright. If you look at the UI here, it kind of washes out the whites. So I don't like using it for gameplay, but I do like using it for like screenshots and stuff. If you're trying to play with this on, it kind of hurts my eyes. So you kind of just be mindful of that. You can cycle through and try them all, try all the ones that you want and see how it feels. This is Reshade Vogue. It makes it just a little bit softer. Show you Ocean Breeze. This one's pretty good. I like it. It's subtle as well, and it looks good on the menus. Simimes preset. This is on, this is off. So again, a little bit softer focus, a little bit of like redder kind of tint to everything. I like that one a lot too. And there's just so many. And this is the darker one. So if you want like a darker feel, or you're in like a vampire world, or you're doing werewolves, this might be a good one for that type of screenshots more so. I think the dove one is one of my favorites. Other than it makes the text look a little bit hard to read. Once you start using Reshade, you will not want to look at the regular game ever again. Off, on, off, on, off, on. The little things make such a difference in The Sims 4 because Sims 4 can be pretty boring. We're getting into the visual stuff now, so I will link all that stuff down below. Next thing I wanted to show you is loading screen replacements. You know how it's like just blue with the plumb bob and text and it's super boring looking? You can pick like a Sims 2 version. This looks really cool if you want some nostalgia. This is version 1 and version 2 and version 3. 20th Century Plumb Bob is the creator of this, and they did a bunch of them. So I'll link their Patreon where all their stuff is. This is the one I'm using because it glows. It's like inspired by their lights out that happened around the werewolf time. I love how this looks and that it moves and stuff. It's not just a static image. It's so pretty. I did like this one too. This one's really nice for werewolves. I used that one right when werewolves came out. I think this one I'm going to use all the time. But there is so many different ones they've made. Other people have made them too. The only thing is you can only have one loading screen in your folder at a time. So don't download all of them. You can download all of them, but only put one in your mods folder at a time. Otherwise, it's going to have conflictions and it's not going to work. See, I kind of wish this was the loading screen. It's all the colors separate, so you have to pick one color. Wait, I wish we had a rainbow version too, but I think this looks nicer. Even if you just want to go with the blue, I feel like that looks really good. So yeah, those are all the ones that he's made. If you just Google loading screen replacement Sims 4, you can find other ones if you don't like any of these. Wait, did we see it? Hold on. Let me show you how it looks. There it is, right there. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love how it's like gradient and moving in the plumb bob. The next thing I want to show you is something I recently found by them, a ceiling texture replacement. You know how the ceilings are just white and plain and super boring? Especially when I'm building and trying to take screenshots, I'm like, oh, it looks horrible. I usually try to crop out in screenshots the ceiling because it's just white, you know, and sometimes it doesn't fit the vibe of the rest of the house. They created a texture replacement mod, and you're able to change the ceiling to any texture that is currently in the game. They have like everything here. I think I'm using like a marbly kind of stone just because I like it being simple. Look at this. There's just so many options here. You can click here and go to their catalog, and they have everything in the game. All you gotta do is click on it. It'll open up a window in Sim File Share, download it, bring it to your game. Again, you can only have one of these installed in your game, and it'll replace every ceiling and every build. But if you want to like change it later, you can. It's like no problem. So if for now you want to use a certain one, but then next week you want to change it to a different color, feel free to. Nothing's stopping you doing that. So it can be wood, it can be any of the carpets. He's basically repurposed all the textures. Tile. I think I'm using, yeah, like a marble or something. I don't remember which one I picked exactly. Or like one of the metals. No, I don't remember. But I want something subtle, but not like too out there. But you can go all out if you want, like a full color house or something. You could have a purple ceiling. I don't care. Oh, I think this high-end concrete I might have done. Maybe one of these. I like these because they're like have texture and it's not just like a straight white color. And some of them are kind of weird, like, I don't know why you want sand on the ceiling, but that would be not realistic, but you could do it. But basically, that's that. Also, they've done it for all the packs. Kits, expansion packs, game packs, stuff packs. So if you click on those, you get all the things, and you could be like, hey, I want the eco lifestyle floors as my ceiling, like they had in their pictures. I think those would look really good too. Everything there, really easy. Download one though at a time. Well, you can download more, but only use one at a time, otherwise it won't work, okay? We're getting there. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done. So, you know how like the Sims worlds are kind of bland looking sometimes from the world view? Once you start using visual mods like this, you realize how flat the Sims 4 is. So this works all the way through Copperdale. So it is up to date, and you are able to get the high quality look. So you can see some examples here. In The Sims, it's like blurry on the eyes. Maybe you don't notice that, but it is. Because this version over here, as much as it's not different, like it didn't change anything. It's just a higher quality image. You see the detail on the dock, you see the detail on the water, the lines are smooth. And here especially, you can really tell the difference down on the floor here and on this guy. Because this guy is like super blurry. The floor has like this weird texture of grass that doesn't look good. And then over here, it's like just smoother and crisper. I like that a lot. Oh, and this, even the rainbow looks so good over here compared to over here, right? This is normal. This is the high quality version. I would recommend downloading this if you want to make your worlds look a little bit prettier. And that mixed with the reshade. So this is with reshade off. This is with the reshade on. It's just like, oh, it's so pretty. Off, on, off, on. I don't know. I love color. It works. It's pretty. Even here, the sand and texture just looks so much better. And it's a subtle change. Like, you're not gonna be like, oh, that map looks so different. But it's just easier on the eyes, you know? So I could highly recommend downloading it. It's one file. Super easy. Last but not least, this one. I've had it for a couple of years now. I use it all the time because I hated the look of the grass in The Sims 4. And, like, the texture of everything just looks weird, right? Especially if you're in, like, the wilderness and stuff. It just feels, like, too fake, right? So this is, like, a new texture for all the terrain in the world. Not just on your lot, but around it and in the cities and stuff. So, like, it changes how everything looks. See how this would be, like, normally brighter and, like, different textured? Now it's, like, darker and a little bit more, like, realistic looking. So if you like that look, highly recommend it. Especially the sand looks a lot better. I love the sand. The only issue is it only works through cottage living. That's the last update. I will show you cottage living. We're gonna check the area and I'll show you what I mean. So anything that's terrain painted, you'll see has a better texture added to it. It blends really well. You know, it doesn't look bad. The only downside is it only goes through the cottage living world. I hope that they will update it at some point, but as of right now, it is not fully up to date. And to show you what I mean, if we go to Copperdale, you're gonna see that the grass looks like regular Sims grass. So, like, this grass is okay. I like the grass here in Copperdale a little bit better than, like, base game grass. I like that it has some kind of texture to it. But, yeah, you can tell that it's not that new grass texture. A little different, but it still works. I want to show you Sulani really quick, because I think the sand looks really nice. Okay, here you can see the texture a lot more, and how it blends with the sand and just looks a lot more realistic. Sometimes when you're terrain painting and stuff, it can look weird, but usually I will turn that off anyway at the end and make sure my landscaping looks good. With that all being said, I think that's about it for this video. Which of these things do you think you're going to install in your game? I would recommend all of them, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be doing this video. But if you want to pick and choose which ones you like and think you'll get the most use out of, feel free to. And again, all the links will be in the description below. And I will hopefully do more of these types of videos if you like it. If you want to know about the different mods I use for building or mods I use in Create a Sim, I feel like I could do at least 2 more videos on this stuff. And then CC, obviously. I like changing the game a bit more than just downloading CC, right? Like, I like being able to incorporate it into normal gameplay or just how the game looks. Hopefully this was insightful. If you learned anything or enjoyed this video at all, please leave a like, subscribe, drop a comment, let me know your favorite mod. If I didn't mention it here, what mod can you not live without, you know? Like, what mods do you always have in your game? Or do you play on console and you can't have mods, but you wish you did? Tell me, I guess? I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Oh yeah, I have a new shirt. You want to buy it? Check the community tab. I have a shirt for sale for the next week and a half till my birthday. And you can support me and get an awesome shirt in the meantime. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.